guys. First off, I wanted to ask you. I watched 4 episodes last night back to back, and I was watching with my wife, and she's one of 3 sisters, and her biggest thing she kept saying was that you got the dynamic between sisters to a fucking T, is what she said. And I'm wondering what, if anything, you did to kind of get that kind of dynamic going between yourselves.
Well, some of us knew each other beforehand, which obviously helped. But we got to spend like a week and a half, 2 weeks rehearsing before we started filming. So we were just in a hotel, hanging out, talking about the characters, about their history, the different dynamics between them. And then we spent, 10 months shooting it? So we spent a lot of time together. So yeah, it was very natural and very easy for us all to kind of play as sisters.
Yeah. We all have siblings. So I think we all brought our own kind of experience to the table with that, all the intricacies and complexities that come with having siblings, and I think that informed lots of the choices. And
Was there much room in the script, Sharon? I mean, to kind of allow for, I guess, not ad-libbing, but like maybe a bit of improvisation. Did that happen at any point, or was it very much kind of?
No. Not really.
It didn't need it.
No, the script is so good.
It didn't need it.
I mean, there's bits and pieces at the 40 foot in the water, and but generally not really. It didn't. Yeah, like Sarah said, it didn't feel like it needed it to create the sisterly bands, because I tried to sort of write it like that, and then once you're in there, once you're on the set and in that kitchen or at the 40 foot, it just kind of just happens, doesn't it? A sort of magic-y thing happens, and you're a family,
Had any of you actually gone in the 40 foot before? Because I've been living in Dublin like 10 years and I've never once gone to the 40 foot.
Well, that's on you.
That's me. That's my problem. Yeah. Well, I can't fucking swim either.
Oh, okay. A bit of a problem.
Wow. Can you drive?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Eve Hewson was the only one who kind of was a regular there.
Well, obviously, considering my dad lives over.
I got in a couple of times just to, it was kind of research, but like 2 times maybe most.
I'd never been in.
No,
to my shame.
Never.
I'd never been in.
Really?
I've been at a couple of other little spots and I can't remember the names of them, but one of them was mental. Like I think it was near Dorky, and like there's this sort of red sort of wrought iron kind of fence, and then there's just a vertical drop. Where you go down a sort of step ladder.
Oh, you were supposed to go down it.
Yes.
The fence wasn't there for a reason.
No, and then it's rocks.
Okay.
So so there was a couple of other places like that. I went to a place in Skerries. It was all real character forming, terrifying.
Yeah, but not as hospitable as the 40 foot.
No.
I think that one in the Skerries is like the Vico Baths. I think that's called. Is that it?
I don't know. They're all pretty scary, but amazing. Yeah. My daughter bought me a little book recently. She went to Dublin. She got me this little small press book called Into the Sea, and it's just like outdoor cold water swimming in Ireland, all the different spots, and amazing.
So you have to go through them all now.
I am gonna do that. Do you want to come?
Yeah. No. Be honest about it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, just be like, nah, fuck it, no.
I won't get in. Let's face it.
That's right. Yeah, let's just.
Unless I'm getting paid. You can pay me.
And even then, I would actually. I would pay you.
The scene in the first episode with the when the strap goes as JP has been lowered into the coffin, that was absolutely hilarious, and it reminded me of something I nearly saw happen myself at a funeral, which won't get into. But I'm wondering, I mean, do you have any kind of anecdotes or any kind of stories of like something terribly funny happening at a very, very somber occasion?
Oh God, I don't know.
I've certainly got the giggles at funerals, for
sure.
Yeah, somebody's eulogy is going on too long. Shaking giggles where you're trying to hold together.
I was told a really good story. I wasn't actually there, but 2 obituaries in a row. One of them was told by the woman's son, and he was a bit of a, Walter Mitty type of character, and so was the woman who died, and he just gave her the most insane, like it was like James Bond's obituary, so over the top about how she had worked as a spy and all sorts, and people were like shaking in the church. But then her little old friend who remembered her just from whatever it was, like beauty school or something, got up and did this completely different one, which was her actual life. And so I thought that was great. But no, not personally. I mean, I find wakes kind of grimly funny anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're kind of the whole sort of open casket and just people drinking around a dead body just seems
it's ripe for jokes.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I'm wondering, I mean, and this is a question for all three of us. I mean, I know you have different sort of, I guess, acting backgrounds or whatever you call it. But like, I mean, when you're doing something like this that, is very much a drama in one scene and then very much comedic in the next, I mean, I don't know, there's like a switch or a light go on in your head and you're thinking, right, time to be funny now, or is it just kind of worked kind of scene to scene, or how do you deal with the intermingling of comedy and drama that happens so much in this show?
I think that's the way Sharon writes, and it's really sensitive to the subject matter, and it walks that fine line between when is the appropriate moment to add comedy and or to leave it out. And I know that she was really aware of that all the way through shooting, to be as sensitive as possible. And
it was a constant discussion as well. It wasn't on set. It was constantly how do we play it? How much?
Yeah,
so many choices.
And also just feeling sometimes like, can you push the comedy here? And sort of being given permission to push it, because you can always take it out in the edit if it doesn't work. And I always feel like it's best to just try as much as you can. And even at script level, you might get notes back saying, I just don't think that would be said there. And I would just say, well, let's just see, because maybe it'll work, and maybe that scene will really need, it'll need it. You'll need to have a moment to laugh, or, just to take away the tension. And but generally it's just, you need actors who are kind of nimble though, because it's hard to do. To go from moments of despair to cracking a joke. You need to sort of trust the material and but also be kind of nimble, I think.
Yeah. Cleese played JP like a complete bastard, and it was very, very, like, he did it so well, and I'm just wondering, I mean, what I suppose, like, what possessed you to cast him in it, like, because no, but like, I mean I saw like the Squire, like, and he's able to play that kind of like smarmy shit very well, like, and I suppose JP is a bit of a smarmy shit, but like, I mean, was there any kind of thing that you saw him in specifically that you were like, yes, that's what
I saw the Square, and I absolutely loved the Square. So I was kind of on board with him as a performer. It was such a singular kind of thing, so I kind of felt like he could do it for sure, because he was definitely funny in it, and you definitely felt his anxiety, and he was able to do this sort of tonal thing where there was a few different things going on at once. But he was actually we had an amazing casting director, Nina Gold, and it was her idea. And then as soon as she said it, you kind of went, oh yeah. Because I love that it's set in Ireland and it is super Irish, but I felt like I didn't want it to just be Irish. I wanted it to sort of feel like the world was quite big. And so the idea of him being Swedish and being an outsider, and also that would mean his mother who lived there was Swedish, and it just felt like it sort of made the world a bit sort of stranger and bigger, and it just felt like an interesting idea, and it is. I think it sort of pays off. He's extraordinary to watch, isn't he? And he's just awful.
Yeah. Just a complete dickhead. How about Sarah and Eva? Was there anything specific you saw them in that you were like, that's it? Like, I mean, obviously Sarah, you were doing like, the young offenders and all that. Like,
well, I seen both of them in loads of stuff over the years and was a big fan of both. But Eva and I had done a show for Channel 4 called The Circuit, and you know, I knew I wanted to work with her again. And Sarah I only knew from dramas, and then she came and did Frank of Ireland, and I just I had no idea she was that funny. Like, I just didn't know. How would I know? I had no idea. And she was so funny in it. And so yeah, I just called them. But well, I didn't call you because I didn't know your number. But I called you and just asked you if you'd do it. And then I basically stalked Sarah through. We had the same PR person at the time, and also it's the same agency, isn't it? Yeah. So I just make sure she didn't have she wasn't doing anything else. And so yeah, I've loved them in everything they've done, and I just knew I'd work with them at some stage, and it was great that it was this.
If there was one person that you could kill and get away with it, who would it be? And that goes for all three of us.
Oh, Putin.
I was just about to say Putin.
Yeah. Or Trump.
Yeah.
Either.
Either
Putin
or,
or
yeah.
Trump.
How about you, Eva? How about you, Sarah?
I was going to say Putin. That was the first person that
Yeah.
came to mind. Yeah.
Someone I actually don't want to name.
Oh.
Ooh.
Get that out of you later.
Everyone actual really personal.
Wow.
Wow.
That you could
Okay,
get
right.
closer
Well
to.
then, okay, I'm going to dig in on this a little bit. How would you want that person to die?
Specifically you.
In a ball of flames. Like, I really have thought about it.
Wow.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal,
Wow,
slow,
ball
and
of
painful.
flames.
Yeah.
Like a bomb under the car, or just like
I haven't. I
spontaneously
see him burning. I see him
It's
burning.
not a clean kill, baby.
I know that
Not a clean
now.
kill.
Yeah.
Actually, on that, I mean, when you were writing it, I mean, like, did you experiment with different other ways of like killing people, like, or anything like that?
Yeah. But you know, Malin, who was the original, who's the creator of the Belgian version of the show. I mean, we adapted the murder attempts and tried different stuff, but before we did that, I thought, no, we should think of new murders, but they are all what you would do, you know. I mean, you would try and blow someone up in their house, or try and poison them, or drown them in the bath, and it felt like, why look for something more intricate and tricksy that doesn't work as well? And so I was just very happy to borrow a few of her murder attempts and just sort of expand on them, you know. So like a lot of them we just went gung-ho on, or we started with that and then we would take it off in a different direction. But it's hard to think of murders that you could get away with. And I felt a bit nervous about it, actually, because I was like, I don't want this to be like a how-to, you know, like my Google search history was while I was writing it, you know. So, you know, there's not that many ways to kill someone where you can get away with it.
Yeah, and get away with it, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so you have to be...
she had a hitman and all sorts of stuff. And
Oh, did she?
Yeah. There was a lot more attempts in that original series, but the ones that we chose to keep and sort of expand on were my favourites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because like, I mean, it's. I was thinking of like, I know there was like a reference to Columbo and stuff like that, but like,
Yeah.
you know, keeps getting caught, like, you know, that kind of, no matter how smart they are, no matter how well it happens,
Yeah.
still ends up
That's
happening,
it.
yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'm getting a wrap up, so I'll leave it there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Give thanks for the joy he spread his whole life long.
Everything bad that could have happened has happened.